and I'm being joined by Mr. Varun Khullar, who's a former bureaucrat with the Ministry of Defense, Mr. Sudhir Krishna, who's a former senior deputy director for Labasna, as well as PK Jain, who's a retired senior IPS officer. Thank you very much, all three of you, for joining us. Mr. Varun Khullar, if I can come to you first, what does one make out of this FIR, which the UPSC has filed? How do you look at it? I haven't heard of such an FIR being filed by UPSC before. Could you put this in context for us?
There have been cases before, definitely. There was a case in this year when one person claimed to be another in ranks, right? This year itself, this happened. So the FIR is basically based on the fact that she has, changed her name and taken, I think, more than 11 attempts that overall, right? And it's unheard of, somebody taking so many attempts, right? Even with the PH quota, etc. So she basically exhausted her attempts in general, and then she changed her name and then used the quotas, right, using a different identity. So if I think in terms of the UPSC, I think it's high time they apply Aadhar, right, and do a verification of every candidate. It seems very, very odd that, if you compare with other organizations, like, let's say, the IMs who organize CAT, right? There's a facial check, there's a retina check, etc., which when you take the exam, right, that happens. So I think it's high time, the Aadhaar-based authentication is utilized for UPSC as well.
So are you saying that a basic verification, like even as ordinary citizens, if we have to go for anything, the first thing that is asked of us is Aadhaar? Are you saying that UPSC does not mandate an Aadhaar verification?
See, it seems as if, because if it came, right, think about it, she has changed her name, right? So, if the Aadhaar number should actually remain the same, right, at least with that. So that should have come out very quickly when she has done that, right? So she should have been caught long before. It has happened too late if I look at it from the outside, right? If, let's say, she didn't misbehave with the DC and the ADC in Pune, then what? She would not have been caught, right? That is how it's coming out to be.
Right.
Right, from the outside. That's how it looks like.
Right. Dr. Sudhir Krishna, if I can ask you this question now. I mean, it's not every other day that UPSC would file a case. But what has also happened in Ms. Puja's case, it's opened a can of worms. There are so many who are putting out so many other cases that allegedly have walked that path. We don't know confirmation. We have only 4 cases that we've been able to independently confirm. But social media activists are bringing so many others to the fore. Now, these are alleged manipulations. How does the UPSC or Labasna, for that matter, look at all of this, including the Department of Personnel and Training now? How does this go forward? If there are so many allegations, is there a way to look at it?
Well, the Labasna may not have any role in selection of the officers. It only once they are recommended for selection by the UPSC, and after that the appointment letters are issued by the Department of Personnel, and thereafter they are asked to report to the Mussoorie Academy for training. So Mussoorie Academy will have no role to verify the antecedents, etc. So but the verification has to be done by UPSC in the first instance, and afterwards by the DOPT where the matter is under any kind of doubt. And the termination notice or show cause notice has to be issued by the Department of Personnel. Of course, UPSC is entitled, because anybody filing fraudulent documents with anybody has got the right to file a police complaint. That's all right. But technically speaking, in my opinion, it is the Department of Personnel, having issued the appointment letter, will have to issue the show cause notice. And they will have to take the assistance of UPSC, all right. That is one point. Secondly, the UPSC press note, as I see, does not mention about the any fraud in the medical certificate or in the caste certificate. It only mentions about the name, parent's name, email ID, and phone number. 4 items. Email ID and phone number, one can have 2.
Correct.
I don't see anything illegal in that. But the thing is the name. The name cannot be changed, and the parents' names, as other panelists has rightly said, that Aadhar, PAN number, PAN number is also there, and the officer is more than 30-year-old, having been served here and there before. So she is the taxpayer, obviously. PAN number, the other documents are also there. Easily one can check. In today's time, this should not be difficult at all. So the whole procedure that and this is one case which has come to light. It came to light because of situation. Otherwise, it might have escaped the scrutiny, and many might have escaped the scrutiny. Many might have got promoted also in those so many years. So the whole lot of situation, the issues are there.
That's true.
And perhaps the UPSC's whole procedure has to be reviewed thoroughly, very thoroughly. It cannot be allowed to, because it is only not one. UPSC is recommending selection and appointment of thousands and thousands of persons in different categories. And UPSC become the role model for state public service commissions. And it is, the way the certificates are being issued now in government service, it is not simply merit. There are so many other classifications, caste, and then income, and the physical disability, and so on and so forth. There are quota and quota and quota. And certificate, these are all based on the certificates. Who is issuing the certificate, and what is the capacity of the organization to verify the genuineness of the claim? Look at the caste certificate. How it is being issued. Somebody must make a thorough work study of how the caste certificates are being issued. Now, in this case, in the beginning, some gentleman was there who said that some ration card was used to claim disability. It is impossible. The UPSC, the rules prescribe that authorized hospitals only can issue the physical disability certificate, and the UPSC cannot accept any certificate issued by XYZ. Only the authorized institutions their certificate is valid. So the UPSC, if they have accepted some ration card based authentication of physical disability, it is surprising. I don't know how it has happened. So there are lots of issues which have to be examined. This case,
Dr. Sudhir Krishna, just a minute.